The whole chicken jockey movie theater trend is on one hand really cool to see, but on the other hand, kind of annoying. Because on that one hand, it's really cool to see people so engaged and having so much fun at the movie theaters. God knows the movie theater industry needs it. We need people going to the theaters and supporting the movies that are coming out. But on the flip side, I do also think there's a line to how much you're enjoying the movie. Before we get into everything, what's good, guys? It's Demi M7. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Please hit that like and subscribe button. It would mean everything to me. Basically, for anyone who doesn't know what the chicken jockey movie trend is, basically what happens is a big group of people will buy tickets for a showing of the Minecraft movie, and then once Jack Black says chicken jockey, they just go ballistic. They start screaming and yelling and throwing popcorn and food and basically doing the most crazy stuff at that point. Chicken jockey! I should also point out that at some of these screenings, it's actually gotten so rowdy, so obnoxious, so loud that the police actually were called in to actually kick some of these guys out. Chicken jockey! I mean, forget just regular popcorn and stuff that you get at a concession stand. There are people actually bringing real chickens to the movie theater. Now, again, like I said, it's cool to see people so engaged and going to the movies, but I also think there's a very firm line that you have to draw. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, that group of people, you guys aren't the only ones going to the movies. There are other people that aren't in on the bit, that don't want to be a part of the bit, that just wants to go and enjoy the movie for what it is. And doing something like this is just so disruptive and can be very obnoxious. But there's also another side to it that I want to bring up, and that's on the side of the movie theater employees. Because I've worked at a movie theater before, for a couple of years actually, and to have to deal with something like this for multiple times a day over a weekend or even a couple of weeks, man, that is just crazy. Which is why I'm more against this trend than I'm actually for it, because you can still go and support a movie, but without having to be a disruption or an annoyance to the other people around you. I don't really think something like this falls in the bucket of just being something playful or fun. This just comes at the expense of other people. I'll put it to you this way. If you're going to do this, if you and a group of your friends or whatever the case may be, if you're going to participate in something like this, then you have to stay at the end of the movie and help those guys clean up the place. Because this is just over the top and overkill for something that, most people really aren't going to be moved by one way or another. And just a side note, I'm really happy to see that the Minecraft movie has been overperforming at the box office. That's crazy. I did not expect that. But with something like this, I mean, I think, what would be okay is, just screaming, hollering, when, Jack Black says chicken jockey, but to throw food around, other people are going to be affected by that. And that's just not fair. So yeah, I mean, the whole chicken jockey trend is cool in some very, very small respects, but in a grander scale of things, it's just not fair to the other people that are in the theater. It's not fair to the people that work at the movie theater and have to eventually clean up the place multiple times over every single day. Because it perfectly stands to reason that there are multiple groups of people doing this multiple times every day, and it's just going to be such an annoyance. And frankly speaking, trust me when I say this, some of the turnaround times from one movie to the next isn't as long as you would expect. So sometimes movie theaters really have to kind of chug at it and really trying to sprint to the finish line to make sure that the theater is clean. Again, I'm talking from experience here. Especially when the workload becomes as ridiculous as this, where you're finding popcorn kernels in every crevice of every seat and every floor. It's just ridiculous. So maybe let's try to knock it down a little bit with the whole popcorn throwing thing, or at the very least, please help clean up the place after the movie is done. Let me know in the comments what you think about this whole trend, and until next time, peace.